Hey man, I do what I
all
do.
practice some form of anti-foundational Black American hate, whether it be racism, because you want to be adjacent to whiteness, or whether it be intra hate. And I'm talking about all of the Black Caribbeans, all of the Africans. Now, I know you might have some individual friends and such you cool with and everything, but you've been very disrespectful. And so you wonder why Black people are not running to your aid while all you see is Haitians out there. Let me explain something to you how American works. There's white, there's Black, and then there's foreigner. If you are not white, okay, if you are not Black American, then you are a foreigner. And if you are a foreigner, then you are of the lowest social status in this country, period. I know it sounds xenophobic, but welcome to America. That is why it is always a black and white conversation when it comes to race in the United States. And that may be difficult for many of you all to hear because I know you count yourselves as, more important than you are. But here in the United States, that's just the reality. And so unless you have some foundational Black Americans folks speaking on behalf of these people of African descent who are from Haiti, nobody's going to listen. Nobody is listening to you. I can tell you that now. Absolutely nobody cares. They barely understand what you're saying. The minute you open your mouth, they see that you're a foreigner. You are thereafter expendable. Matter of fact, you should be deported. Hell, we want to deport some of the people we have here right now. So that's where you are. You didn't spend your time over here making foundational Black American friends. You spent your time over here making enemies.
She's worked in Miami for 20 years, building their life here. She says, if I don't have TPS, they won't give me residency. What am I to do? And I can't.
You're going to go home. That's what you're going to do, ma'am. You're going to go home.
And just today, we got word from Southcom that a military flight flew into Haiti's.
Now, for you all who have any questions as to why we feel this way, let's go ahead and start the looking and the listening.
Why it may be perceived that a lot of Haitians don't like African Americans. It is not so much of a they don't like them.
You come to Aka, you hear what she said? I want you to listen to this. Why Haitians don't like African Americans. And you come to our country to not like us. Let's listen. Go ahead, ma'am.
That's why it may be perceived that a lot of Haitians don't like African Americans. It is not so much of a they don't like them per se. It's a more so of a cautious measure because of what they've heard or what they have experienced. Now, I do know Haitians that do genuinely just don't like African Americans. I'm gonna say that right now.
I just know generally Haitians that just don't like African Americans. Let me run that back. So you know Haitians. There's a little Haitian lady, and shout out to you. I forgot your little name, but I saw this on the internet. So you know Haitians that actually voice to you that they just straight up don't like foundational Black American. Cool. Everybody in the chat room, right? Check. Okay.
They'll say it like, vieux Black American, or these American this, American sayo, American sayo, they will drag them, okay? They'll say disrespectful things about African Americans all the time.
Okay, you hear? Are y'all listening to this?
Even my parents have said disrespectful things about African Americans.
My parents have said things about her parents, not one parent, both parents. So you raised like that. Everybody in the chat room, right? Okay, check. Go ahead.
That Haitian has. It's just the way they are. Like, what am I gonna say? Oh, don't say that about the Black people. Like, especially as a kid. Like, what do I know? I'm just like, oh, okay.
I'm not gonna say anything to my parents about their intraracial disrespect towards Black people. I wouldn't say that. Oh, so you just low-key kind of tacitly agreed, I guess, right?
But I never really associated it with, oh my God, I need to be afraid of Black people because my parents said this. Like, it's just, to me, I never perceived it that way, but I didn't have that bad of an experience. Yes, I got jumped.
I didn't have that bad of an experience. That means you kind of had a bad experience. So, nevertheless, go ahead.
For absolutely no reason and all of that extra shit. But at the same time, I'm not about to just base my experience off of a couple bad apples that jumped me and bullied me and did all this bullshit. But that's just me.
All right, that's good. Well, let's see what else y'all been doing out here in these streets. I'm sorry, say again, sir.
People ask me if there's a difference between Haitians and African Americans. Sure.
Okay.
There's some big differences. Perfect
Okay, what
example.
are those differences?
Haitians be like,
they ain't parked. That look like Zoe on the side of the road right there.
oh, dang, that's over there. Let me stop and help him. Okay, let me pull up over there where you at. African Americans be like,
I think that's your best friend stuck on the side of the road.
oh, dang, that's my best friend over there. Okay, well, if he's still there, when we come through next week, I'll stop and pick him up.
Oh, so you think we don't take care of our own? You think we these streets?
People
I'm sorry,
difference
say again,
between
sir.
people ask me if there's a difference between Haitians and African Americans. Sure,
Okay.
there's some big differences. Perfect
Okay, what are
example.
those differences?
Haitians be like,
They ain't parked. That look like Zoe on the side of the road right there.
oh, dang, that's over there. Let me stop and help him. Okay, let me pull up over there where you at. African Americans be like,
I think that's your best friend stuck on the side of the road.
oh, dang, that's my best friend over there. Okay, well, if he's still there, when we come through next week, I'll stop and pick him up.
Oh, so you think we don't take care of our own? You think we're disloyal? Y'all think y'all take care of our? Well, why would y'all can go take care of each other back in Haiti then? That's your impression. Now nobody asked this young man to put this video up. Apparently that was on his mind. We seem to be on his mind. Okay, Playboy. All right. Good to know. Thank you very much. I appreciate you sharing that tidbit of information. Let's see what else we got out here. Okay.
Like immigrants do is flee away from danger. I love the idea of
I'm sorry.
immigrants do is flee away from danger. I love the idea of go back to your country because there's this mentality that there's a claim to something. Your entire
Hold on a minute. You heard what she just said. She basically said she's justifying. Hold on a minute. You heard what she just said. She basically said she's justifying. Well, that's what we do. We flee. Well, see, the thing is, Black Americans don't identify with that because we don't flee. We fight. But go ahead, ma'am.
country is based off of people that fleed. Like that is what people do.
No, we
they
didn't flee to this country.
If it ain't working out there and the oppression is way too bad, they flee for better opportunities. Some people want to sit there and fight all day, but other people actually want to raise their children and they don't want to spend their life fighting. Do you get that? Do you understand that? No, you don't? Okay.
So we stupid. Because we don't understand that. I want you to hear the arrogance in this. So she's basically saying people just flee. That's what they do because they have common sense, and common sense says, I'm going to go somewhere where I can raise my children. Black Americans don't flee. We fought. We fought for everything. We shout out to TIQS. We fought. Look at the over 150 slave rebellions that we had in this country. Look at the fact that 200,000 Black men fought in the Civil War to free ourselves. Look at that. We don't flee, we fight. And that's the difference between us and you all. That's the difference between us and a lot of the immigrants that come to this country. You don't have the guts or the cojones, okay? You don't have the courage to sit where you are and make it better. You want to run up here where the fighting is already done and sit up under the umbrella of peace and that we provided. But let's see what else you got to say.
Move forward. So as an immigrant, I'm here in this country. What do I want to do? Put my best foot forward. What do my parents want to do? Put their best foot forward and give us the best opportunity they possibly can. Thank you, Lord, for my parents because they did exactly that. But it's my turn as their child to hold the baton. And one thing I always say, my parents did not risk their lives to get to America for me to get involved in some political warfare. My parents did not risk their lives for me to get to America, for me to sit here fighting people all day. That makes absolutely no sense. And I think because you guys have never taken that level of a risk, you don't understand that level of responsibility and accountability. That's really the problem here. Because if you really risk your lives to have something, if you really risk your life to get something, you're not willing and ready to throw it away.
All right, so basically what this young lady is saying is that her parents, whatever which way they got to this country, since they got here, she's going to be a good Black person, okay? Somebody type good Negro, good Negress, Negro-S, and that's what she's going to do. She's not going to get involved in any of these political conflicts, this George Floyd, this fight for rights. She's not going to do any fighting. She's just going to try to capitalize on the what's made available here, basically pretending to be a Black person, a Black foundational Black American person. And she's not going to get involved in any of that. That's basically what I gather from what she said, because that's not what her parents raised. Well, they fled, and now she's here, and she appreciates the great sacrifice they made. Okay, making that little trip over here and staying past their visas and giving birth to her. That's her. Okay, that's it. But while you're here, you're gonna talk bad about the black people who have actually fought and made it good. You're not gonna get involved though. That's basically what you're telling us. All right, got it. Yeah, I'm learning a lot. So shout out to all the people who say that, hey, you know, Uncle D, you being unfair. You're not telling both sides. I'm letting them tell their own side of the story. You want to know why Black Americans are like, we good? This is kind of like why we good. You understand what I'm saying? This is why we like, nah, y'all got this. You can go ahead and handle this on y'all. That's basically where we at. You can go ahead, since you know, y'all really don't mess with us like that. Go ahead and deal with it the best you can. We're gonna go ahead and continue. Let's go ahead and see who else got something to say.
As a color. It was always as a nationality. This is where we come from. This is who we are. I was always a Haitian. I was never a black. I was
black. Somebody said I was never a black. So this is why I don't identify with black. I identify with being Haitian. Okay? I'm a Haitian. That's why I did. This is his explanation for why he doesn't identify with black. Now he black as hell. I don't care what none of y'all say up here. He black as hell. He know darn well he black. If I got some white folk in here with Confederate flags on the back of their truck and they synced him walking down the street, they would not call him a Haitian. Okay? They would not. They would call him some racial epithets, and it would be derogatory names for black. Okay? But let's go ahead and listen to this hot mess, and I'm going to explain some things to you in a minute.
Was always a Haitian. A Jamaican was always a Jamaican. They were never a black Jamaican.
More black.
You know? So 2014, when I moved to America to go to school, this is when I fill out a form.
You moved to America to go to school, a school whose property taxes were paid for by Americans. You just showed up and took up some spot for somebody whose parent had already paid the property taxes. But go ahead. I know you don't appreciate that. Those of us who pay property taxes, sometimes $10,000, $12,000 a year, we think about things like that. So you went up in somebody's school, probably in the black community. Okay, I'm just saying you probably went in a black community. But go ahead, Mr. Haitian, sir.
And it says race. Black. I didn't even know the word race had two different meanings until then. So I said race. It says black, white, Hispanic, Latino, Asian. And I told the lady, I said, I'm from Haiti. I'm Haitian.
No, you black, sir. Okay, what you understand. Now, the thing you have to understand is these Haitians and all these folk that come over here, they're identifying markers. And I spoke about this recently. Shout out to Black Sand. And I spoke about this recently. There's so many. They come from these all black countries. So they don't come from places where they're surrounded by people of other ethnicities. So they have the luxury of identifying as their nation. Okay, black people don't have that luxury. Okay, because if we begin to parse ourselves out to being, I'm from Jamaica, I'm from Nigeria, hell, I'm from Georgia, I'm from Texas. I'm not black, I'm from Texas. I'm not black, I'm from California. Get your black behind back over there. You see, we don't have that luxury.